Welcome back everyone to another one of my videos. My name is Chris. In this video we're going to be going over the best and worst of 2018, specifically my 5 worst and my 5 favorite films of 2018. It was another fun year at the movie theaters, a lot of stuff to go see. Obviously not everything was great, some stuff was great and some stuff was just flat out bad. So we're going to be going through a rundown of 2018 in this video. I'll start off by going with the worst of 2018, then at the end I'll do the 5 best so we can finish off positive. Now for the worst of list, we're going to be going in the order of the least worst to the worst. The number 5 spot on this list belongs to Solo, A Star Wars Story. Now everyone knows the whole controversy surrounding the production, all the shitstorm that went through in the production. But in terms of how the movie came out, just really unremarkable, really kind of forgettable, which is not what you want to say from a Star Wars film. By the end of the film, specifically when you get to the third act, I was just like, really? That's it? Yeah, I really didn't end up hating the movie, but because it's a Star Wars film and an iconic character like Han Solo, you want to see something that's really worthy of the Star Wars brand, even though this was a smaller story. And just everything it did ended up just being really unmemorable. And as a film, just nothing all that special, just kind of a generic story, and a character like Han Solo deserves better. At number 4 on this list is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now I am not a huge Harry Potter head like some of the biggest fanatics are, but I do like the series and I did enjoy the first Fantastic Beasts. But this one, man, just tried way too hard to be epic. It tried to create this epic story by just throwing in so many characters, and by the end it was just too much that you really didn't get a whole good idea of what really was going on in terms of character motivation. Story was sloppy, not all that great. Now there was some decent stuff, like some of the visuals, the direction was alright, but this was a movie that really wasn't worthy of the Harry Potter brand, because Harry Potter's been a really good film series, but this one just did not deliver at all, and judging by the fan response, a lot of people agreed with my opinion on the movie. So yeah, I think this whole Fantastic Beasts series is in just a little bit of trouble. Now number 3, this is where we get into some movies that really did make me kind of mad. Number 3 on this list goes to Venom. Yeah, I really enjoyed Venom as a character in the comics. I think he's really cool. With this movie, after Spider-Man Homecoming, it was their chance to do Venom right, tell a good Venom story, a good Venom versus Spider-Man story, and that is obviously not what we got in this movie. This was a movie that felt like going back into the days where studios had no idea what they were doing with comic book movies. And that's how this film was, man. Total disregard for Venom's history. In terms of his obvious history with Spider-Man, which is what I think a lot of other people wanted to see. It's just not enough to make him look cool and have him say we. You got to respect the source of material. But even just ditching the Spider-Man source of material, just as a movie, really kind of flat. Like I said, just one of those bad superhero films from 2005 or 2003, 2004, back in those days. I mean, this movie would have been bad then, let alone in 2018. So somehow it ended up making a whole bunch of money. A lot of people enjoy the Venom character, but me, not so much. At number 2 is The Predator. This was sort of a reboot, sequel, all at the same time. But either way, this was already a dead franchise, and this movie just really just buried it, man. By the end, all throughout the movie, really, just didn't take itself very seriously, which is not what you want from a Predator film. From a Predator film, you want it to take itself seriously. You want there to be some tension and all that, and you got to really blame Shane Black for that, the one responsible for Iron Man 3. He sort of showed that sort of disregard for taking things seriously in Iron Man 3. He carried that over to this film also, and by the end of it, they just put the nail in the coffin for this Predator series. And to tease a sequel at the end, like the way this one blatantly did, yeah, that's not gonna happen, because this shit bombed with reviews, also bombed at the box office. So RIP to the Predator series, because you ain't ever gonna see this again. And the number 1 spot goes to The Grinch. The Grinch 2018, made by Illumination Animation. I have a soft spot for The Grinch just because I love the Jim Carrey movie so much. But obviously, you know, doing something with animation would be kind of cool, because the movie did look really pretty, and I thought, okay, a Dr. Seuss animated film. But then you get reminded this is made by Illumination Studios, and I absolutely hate Illumination Studios. And everything I hate about their films, which are just really lazy, really lazily written, really lame jokes, just don't try very hard at all. That was all true about The Grinch, man. This movie just sucked hard, big time. And the fact that it went on to do so well at the box office makes me even more mad. which is why it's my least favorite film of 2018. Now with all that negative energy out the way, let's go ahead and talk about what I thought were the 5 best films of 2018, my 5 favorite films. At number 5 was Black Panther. Got started things off, the first big movie of 2018. Really was sort of a historic movie because of the focus on a black superhero. Obviously he made his debut in Civil War, but now he got his own movie with Black Panther here, another MCU installment, and really hit the ball on all dynamics when it came to just the look, the culture of the movie, the feel. It felt different from other MCU movies. But the thing I think really sort of elevated this one was the villain, Killmonger. Just one of the better comic book villains that we've seen. Just such a great character, such a great tragic character. He really elevated the movie to that level, along with all the other great things I mentioned. At number 4, I got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This movie just had so much style, was just so cool to see this new take on Spider-Man, a different kind of Spider-Man story. Really took advantage with the animation, doing a lot of cool scenes and all that stuff. All the different Spider-Man they had were really great. Miles was a great sort of central Spider-Man. I love Peter B. Parker, like Gwen Stacy. All the Spider-Man they had were great in this movie. And Kingpin, a great villain in this one. And really capped off what was just a great 2018 for Spider-Man. At number 3, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise to people, judging by the reaction to this movie so far, sort of the mixed reaction. That is Aquaman. I know people were mixed on this one. Rotten Tomatoes is at like a 63%. And I saw the reviews going in, but me personally, I just really enjoyed this movie. I just thought it really delivered on so many aspects when it came to sort of some good family drama, a fun superhero, some good performances. I enjoyed all the action. I thought there was just a lot of elements in this movie that made it really worth watching. I had a whole lot of fun in this one. For me personally, it was the DCEU's best outing, even better than Wonder Woman in my opinion. I think a lot of the things the movie's being criticized for sort of being this overly bombastic superhero film. I mean, there's bombast in there, but there's substance, like the scene where Aquaman shows why he's worthy of the Triton, so the family drama, the stuff with his parents, all that stuff was really good, man. So like I said, the reaction to this movie, I don't really get it. There are some people that really do love it, some people that don't, mixed reactions, but me personally, really, and I mean really did enjoy Aquaman. At number 2, we got Ralph Breaks the Internet. I absolutely love the first Wreck-It Ralph films, one of my favorite Disney films. But the trailers for Ralph Breaks the Internet just had me worried. Just because it looked like just sort of a cash grab sequel, Disney's version of the Emoji Movie. Just a bunch of internet references and all that stuff. And I was just like, God, why are y'all doing this? This looks so uninspired. But the movie just ended up being a hell lot of fun. Now, all that internet jokes and stuff is there, but it was really fun, and everyone knows how great that Disney princess scene was. But I think the thing that really carries over for me about the movie was the message. That message about clinginess and having to let go was really deep and just really hit home for me. And it's a type of sort of mature message that you see in a Pixar film. And the fact that it was in this movie really made it a story worth telling and made me absolutely love Ralph Breaks the Internet. And at number 1 goes to Avengers Infinity War. Well, this was likely the most anticipated film for everyone for this year. And the movie ended up delivering on everything I wanted to. I really admire how this film was just put together in terms of all these superheroes that you had to deal with, and yet the way the film was so smartly divided, putting them into different groups. Everything, the action, the effects, the spectacle, all of that was great. And like so many other movies, helped by just having a great villain. Thanos, I just expected him just to be sort of this, oh, I'm just going to conquer everything, not a whole lot of substance. But sort of his reasoning behind everything, and just sort of his actions, and just the performance by Josh Brolin really helped to bring Thanos to life and made him just such, not just one of the great villains, but really just one of the great characters that we've seen in movies, in my opinion. And like I said, all that great superhero fun that you get in this movie helps it deliver also, and help really set the stage for what I think has been the MCU's best outing and the best film of 2018. And really is the reason everyone's looking forward to Avengers Endgame, because of that ending right there. So yeah, that covers everything. What I thought was the worst of 2018, what I thought was the best of 2018. Ended up being a mixed bag for the year when it came to movies in general in terms of the quality. But towards the end, things really started to pick up a little bit. So I would say there was more good than bad in 2018. Like I said, another fun year. So that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. There's actually going to be another rankings video for 2018 where it's going to be sort of a list of what I thought of every movie in terms of ranking all of them through 2018. So look out for that one, and I will see y'all around with another video.